Hello and welcome again. In the WT, we are studying right now special casting methods. In the last lecture, we discussed about the special casting techniques and methods. Again, we'll be discussing like we'll be discussing about different techniques that we different modules and different casting methods. So yesterday we discussed a few. Yesterday we discussed a few. This is yesterday we discussed a few casting methods like investment casting and others that vacuum molding or vacuum forming that is called. Then we expandable molded process, shell molding, and these all we discussed in yesterday's lecture. So today we will be discussing more about the these we'll discuss yesterday, expanded polystyrene process, then investment casting, in which I told that the mold that the patent is lost rather than being retained. So this is also called uh, lost patent casting or wax patent casting. So this is the different aspects now we have discussed. Now we are discussing. Now we'll be discussing permanent mold process. Permanent mold process, as we discussed earlier, that mold is a temporary device or temporary cavity that is used to produce the casting. So what we do, we normally break up the mold and take the casting out. Sometimes the molds are reused, so those are multiple use molds, and single use mold are normally broken. So when we have to reuse the mold, we have to make it stronger, stiffer, and must have a more life as compared to single use mold. Because in single use mold we are concerned with just one product, and after one product we break it and we take the cavity and we take the casting out. But in the permanent mold casting, what we have to focus, we have to focus on the mold that is stable, that is capable of producing multiple pieces. So what we need, first of all, we need uh, uh, what we need is first of all we discuss about the disadvantage of expandable molding process in that for every casting is a new mold is required. For every casting there we require a new mold, because as we told earlier, as we discussed earlier, we break the mold and take the piece out. But that means for every product you have to make uh, a mold. But in case of that is a disadvantage of single use casting. So what we will do, we will basically uh, make a make a mold that is permanent, and that can be used for multiple casting. So use only metal mold for casting. Molds are generally made of steel, cast iron. Using only metal mold for casting. So in permanent mold casting, the molds are made up of metals. And what metals? Steels and cast irons. Also aluminum, magnesium, copper based alloys, cast iron affect the mold life, hence not used. Cast iron is used, but cast iron affect the mold life, hence not used. Mold generally made up of steel and cast iron. So materials can be cast. These two, one, two, three materials. Aluminium can be casted by permanent mold process. Magnesium can be casted by permanent mold process. Copper also can be casted by permanent mold process, but cast iron cannot be permanent cast by permanent mold process, because cast iron basically affects the mold. So in many ways, and it distorts the molds. That's why cast iron is not casted in permanent mold process, in permanent mold casting. So therefore for cast iron we have to use single use multiple molds. Steel and cast iron can be casted, uh, can be used for making molds, but they cannot be casted by this process. Okay, so this is the basic feature of a permanent mold process. And similarly, cores are also made of metal, but if sand is used, then called semi-permanent mold casting. If in permanent mold casting, where we are making the molds of metals and they are for multiple use mold, and we are making the cores of metal, we must be making the cores of that metal only. But in case we are not making the core of the parent metal, then these are called semi-permanent mold casting, and the core is made up of sands. So advantages, what are advantages and disadvantages? Advantages are that good surface finish is found in permanent mold casting, good dimensional accuracy, rapid solidification, and rapid solidification and fine grain, because rapid solidification, because cooling rate is higher in metals as compared to grains, as compared to molding sands. So this way the transfer rate of heat transfer rate is high and solidification is rapid. In uh, single use molds or molds made of sand, there we take 4 to 5 hours or 6 hours to cool the component and cool the molten metal into complete normal state. But in case of metal molds, metal permanent molds, the cooling rate is rapid, and within an hour we can remove the casting. So this is the advantages. These are the advantages, and also it gives fine grains to form stronger products. That means we also get stronger strength in permanent molds, whereas in multiple single-use mold we have less strength. Okay, so now we'll discuss disadvantages. What are disadvantages? Restricted to simple part geometries. That means that we cannot make complex parts of permanent mold. So we can cast simple part geometries. That means products who are have simple shapes and easy shapes can be casted by this. And also low melting point metals. Low melting point metals cannot be casted. Low melting points that are very much that melt at very low points, that also cannot be casted through permanent mold casting. And also mold cost is high because metal is very much high. Metals rate are very much high as compared to sand. So the mold cost is high, but suitable for a small large number of parts, and best suitable for a small large number of parts. We have to make simple parts, we have to make small parts, and we have to number of parts. Then this permanent mold process can be used. So these are the advantages and disadvantages of permanent mold process. Now we'll be coming to define, will be coming to explain how permanent molds casting is taken. So this is the stationary mold section. This is, we have two jaws or two sections like we have in our mouth. The lower jaw is moving while the upper jaw below the beneath the nose is stationary, and the lower jaw is moving. Similarly, we have two jaws in permanent mold casting. We have one that is stationary and another that is movable. So every time the permanent jaw remains at its place, whereas the movable jaw is moved. So first what we do, when this is the, you can see here, a force is applied to push the movable jaw, and this way it is used to close. This is the core, the cavity is created. So first what we do, we create a mold that has two parts, that has two jaws. One is fixed jaw, another is movable jaw, and this movable jaw is attached with a hydraulic cylinder and a movement mechanism, so that this movable jaw can be reciprocated and can be moved at times. So this is the preheated mold. So this is the fixed mold or fixed jaw of the mold. So this is preheated, spray nozzle. Then spray nozzle is done in order to, in order to separate the molten metal from the mold. Otherwise, the molten metal will stick with this jaw. So first we spray, and this way we produce a parting line between molten metal and mold. So this could be of oils, this could be of powders, and various powders are used for separating, and so that molten metal does not stick on solidification with the mold. So first of all, we apply a spray nozzle to spray oil or powder in order to provide a separate line, to provide a separation line between mold and the molten metal. Once this is sprayed, the powder or the oil for use for separating is sprayed on both side of the jaw. The jaw, the movable jaw is compressed so that it comes closer and it creates a cavity. And this is the, you can see here is the cavity, and this is the core that has been placed producing producing cavity, for producing holes in the cavity. So this is the, so so this is the, you can see this is the screw, and this is the this is the space from where the molten metal is coming down. This is the screw, and then this is the cavity. This is ingot, and through ingot the metal enters, molten metal enters inside the cavity, and the core has blocked the way so that it has to produce a cavity inside the molten product. So this way the molten metal is coming down, and it completely takes place. When it completely takes place, we stop pouring the metal, and we let the molten metal cool and solidify. So this is preheating facility. Metal flow through the gating system and into cavity. The coating aid heat dissipation and lubricate the mold surface for easier separation of cast product. Also, the uh, application of spray nozzle is to provide heat dissipation rate, to increase dissipation rate. So you can see here the whole process. The molten metal is poured inside the cavity, and then solidification time is given. After solidification, the force is applied, this hydraulic cylinder, and moving mechanism is applied so that movable jaw is moves out from the movable jaw moves out from the fixed part, from the cavity, and this way this part is repaired. So this is the part you can see here. This part has been made by application of permanent mold process. Now we can see uh, variations of permanent mold casting, low pressure casting. So in the earlier casting process, metal flow in mold cavity is by gravity pull, but in low pressure casting, liquid metal is forced into cavity under low pressure, approximately zero point 0.1 megapascal from beneath the surface, so that metal flow is upward. Okay, so this is the main low pressure casting and advantage. Molten metal is not exposed to air, gas porosity and oxidation defects are minimized. This is the advantage of permanent mold casting. So check the uh, advantages. These are that since the metal heat transfer is through the metal, so porosity and oxidation defects are minimized. They are not completely removed, but they are minimized. And also disadvantage of the permanent mold casting is that it's costly, operation cost is higher, and simple and small products can be made by permanent mold casting. And then we are coming to vacuum permanent mold casting. Vacuum permanent mold casting is done by application of vacuum. In this, what we do, we basically apply uh, vacuum pressure, so that when vacuum pressure is applied, so that molten metal rises into the mold. So this is uh, just opposite to normal casting process. In normal casting process, the molten metal is poured inside the cavity with the help of gravitational acceleration, but here we are reversing the metal flow action, and pressure is applied. You can see a pressure is applied in order to metal to flow, to rise in the cavity or in the mold. This is just opposite, and at the same time it reduces many of the problems that normal casting process has. So this is the reverse process in which pressure is applied to the molten metal to move upwards. So this is the die casting that we have discussed. Hot chamber machines, die casting also, we have a permanent die, and this permanent die is opened. It has two jaws, one is fixed, another is movable. So we can see here, this is the movable jaw and this is the fixed jaw. And here uh, we can see in hot chamber machines, uh, injection system is submerged into the metal and hence pose problem to chemical die. We can see that in this hot chamber die casting, the hot chamber is given, this is kept hot, and the metal inside is in the molten form. So a pressure is applied. So a pressure is applied through a plunger, and this plunger basically pushes the molten metal inside the cavity. And then you can see the action of the plunger, and this is uh, gooseneck lever. It is also called gooseneck because, like goose, it dips into the water. It dips into the water. It dips into the molten metal, and then it comes out. So this is the plunger, this is applied. So this plunger comes down. When this plunger comes down, the cavity, the opening where from the metal is coming is closed, and this metal is pumped up into the mold, into the die. So this is called die casting, in which, or it is also commonly known as gooseneck die casting, in which the plunger moves, the plunger compresses the molten metal into the die, and then we have again two jaws. The jaw, this one is opened, and this way we take out this cavity. We take out this part. So this is the gooseneck or permanent die casting, that is takes hot chamber casting that takes place. So again, this is the cold chamber machines. In cold chamber machines, there are no hot chambers. Only this is the hot chamber in which the molten metal. This you can see hot chamber in the molten metal machine. In the molten metal is kept, and this is compressed. And in cold chamber casting, the molten metal is poured and it is molten somewhere else, rather than having, in this case we are having this pot and this chamber where we apply the heat and the molten metal is done at the place of casting only. But in case of cold chamber machines, we can see that the molten metal is uh, melted somewhere else and it is taken by the ladle and this poured, and when it's poured, the ram compresses the molten metal inside the die. And also again we have movable die, fixed die, and these two die together form a complete die. And after casting, the movable die is moved out, and this is the cold chamber machine. You can see this is the plunger, this is the ram that is coming, and this is compressing molten metal into the die. And when solidification is done,